friends and family of the bride and groom.
Hi, I'm Angie, ordained minister, owner of Vows with Angie. I am a wedding officiant from Big Lake, Minnesota.
Their lives as one and commit themselves to each other forever in marriage.
So why weddings? Why do you do what you do? I get that question a lot, especially people who know me, because I am actually very, very shy. I am not very outgoing, and so when they find out that I am an ordained minister and perform wedding ceremonies, honestly, they're quite shocked. But I do this because I'm a romantic at heart. I want that love story, that movie, that in my mind, love wins out in the end. And yes, love can be a rough, bumpy road, but what a beautiful thing, honestly, it can be to have somebody to help you through your rough times, your good times, to have somebody to share your ideas with, your adventures.
There are no obligations on earth more sweet or tender than those you are about to assume.
To deal with the crazy things in your life, like maybe your, I don't know, aunt or uncle, and they've got to see the same thing and experience that with you.
There are no vows more solemn than those you are about to make. There is no human institution more sacred than that of the home you are about to establish.
Deaths in the family, those important things that honestly you don't want to go through life alone and not have somebody with you to support you during these times.
Lawfully wedded wife, to live together in the bonds of marriage. Will you commit yourself completely to her and her alone, and stand by her through all that life may bring, as long as you both shall live?
And finding the right person to love and to be married to, honestly, it's just such a beautiful thing. And for me to be a part of it, I am honored. I am more than honored. I absolutely love what I do. Wish I could do it all the time, full time. But sadly, people usually only get married on the weekends. So this is a part-time thing for me, and I do also work outside of this. I always accommodate my customers.
May you see that your love is truly a gift, and may your marriage be such that all will know of your deep love for one another.
So now what do? You're probably thinking you found Vows with Angie. What I tell people is always try to check and make sure that your date is available. I put the availability checker on the website so that you can double check. I usually will book up to 2 wedding ceremonies, or ceremonies if you're not doing the wedding. So I offer a couple of other things, but usually it's 2 over the weekend, Saturdays, Sundays. I try to open one up for Friday night, and weekdays I can be sometimes available. It really depends. So if you could check your date on the availability checker first off and make sure that I can offer my services. That's where I always tell people to start.
Today is the beginning of an exciting new life together for the two of you. It marks the commencement of a new relationship to your families, your friends, and certainly to each other. A relationship of husband and wife.
If the date is available, you can book the date. There's a Book Now tab on the website that you can choose either $50 down payment or $100 down payment. The $50 down payment is needed if you're just having a wedding ceremony. The $100 down payment is for people who wish to have a rehearsal the night before, so that would lock in both of those dates.
In love, you each see who the other truly is. That is who you fall in love with.
Unfortunately, I have to do that because I've had lots of rehearsals scheduled and then they cancel, and Friday nights is an opportunity for another wedding ceremony. So I want to make sure that if you're requesting that rehearsal, that we keep it locked in.
Risky, yes. But how beautiful of a gift is it to have someone there to help you back to your feet, someone to guide you through the darkness, someone to brush the hair out of your eyes, someone to laugh with, someone to cry with.
So you go to the website, pay that locks in your date, and then I can email you or mail you our information packet, which includes everything from example vows, exchange of ring vows, the meaning of the rings, the wedding lineup, what to expect, how the wedding flow goes. So basically everything you need to plan your ceremony.
How beautiful is a day touched by love. Let today be remembered and cherished, for this is your wedding day.
And then from there, we will either have you mail the contract back to me, or you can electronically sign the contract, which I would email to you, and that would just make everything legal.
Not forgetting your own needs or desires, but putting your partner's needs before your own, and allowing them the strength and support they need to experience life in its full.
Vows with Angie offers a couple different packages for people to choose from. Basically, we have the basic package, which kind of says for itself, it's the basics. We have a basic plus rehearsal. We have same-sex marriage. We do affirmation of love, or renewal of vows, as some like to call it, commitment ceremonies.
In exchange, they do the same for you, allowing you each individual, fulfilling growth that returns full circle in your relationship. This allows the two of you to have a greater strength and confidence than you could have alone.
We also add on optional features, or I call them add-on options, because I realize everybody has different needs, different wants, different budgets, things along those lines. So I do try to accommodate that by offering just a separate rehearsal if you want to add that on later. I offer ceremony music, so that I would provide the music during the ceremony. I have somebody come in, run the music for you. You tell me what music you want, and then I purchase the music to make sure it's available for the ceremony. I also offer for you to add on readings to the ceremony. You can do unity ceremonies. That's the unity sand, unity candles, blessing of the stones, the tree ceremony. There's so many different ways to show everybody at your wedding ceremony that you're coming together. You're bringing two families, two separate lives together, and signifying one life now. So I try to make it accessible for everybody. We also have mileage for anything over 60 miles one way. So if your ceremony is 125 miles away from Big Lake, unfortunately that would require a mileage fee of $75. If you're doing the rehearsal as well as the ceremony, then you end up paying the fee twice. And that's just because obviously I'm having to travel the distance 2 days in a row, and so it puts in the time and the mileage.
You see, love makes burdens lighter because you divide them. Love makes joys more intense because you share them. Love makes you stronger so you can become involved with life in ways you dare not risk alone. True love says the two of you are just better together than when you are apart.
Is a rehearsal needed? Honestly, it's really a personal preference. A lot of people choose not to. There are a lot of people that choose to have one. I guess it kind of depends on how, have you been in weddings? Have you seen weddings lately? How open of communication are you going to have with your wedding party? Do you have a large group? Sometimes those factors all play in. But what I do with my brides and grooms is we do meet. I call it a pre-ceremony meeting, and we meet a couple of weeks before the ceremony, and we go through all that information together, right down to who's holding the wedding rings, how's the groom's entrance gonna go, and we play out the whole scenario of the wedding scene so that you and we all feel comfortable and that none of us have any questions, so we can get an idea of how it goes. And some people are confident with that. They leave feeling like they know the flow of everything. They have the rehearsal, which is their family. They choose not to have me. Saves them the $100 fee. So it's optional. I don't mind doing them, and I encourage everybody to have one. It's just what works for you.
Remember, true love does not consist only of gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction.
So what type of wedding are you going to have? Are you going to make sure that you have the wedding that you want, or the wedding that somebody in your family wants? Or maybe you can all compromise and put together a celebration that everybody is going to remember and appreciate always. Because this day is not meant to be redone or to have to redo over. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so we want it to be what you want. Should include both your ideas. Both the bride and groom should be making decisions for this big day.
Now that you have shared with each other these words of love and commitment, and we have witnessed the expression of your love as you've given each other these rings, it is with great joy that I pronounce you husband and wife. Friends and family, I'd like to introduce to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs.